first let me introduce myself. For those of you who are new to Friday morning yoga, my name is Tara Mazanek and I'll be your instructor this morning. We're going to start first standing. So everybody stand on up. We're going to loosen up the body and really just wake ourselves up. It's bright, it's sunny, it's getting warm, and I want to wake up. So I'm going to have you first just come to mountain pose. And you can keep your eyes open or closed. And what I want you to feel if your eyes are closed is that transition from one side to the other. So your body might sway a little bit. And just be okay with the sway. And just feel how your body feels when you remove one sense. That the visuals of what's in front of you. And see if you can just breathe nice and easy. And of course, if this feels uncomfortable at any time, feel free to open your eyes, but just fixate your gaze on something in front of you. And just nice and soft. Inhaling and exhaling. And just try to push your fingertips down towards the floor, which will take your shoulders away from the ears. Nice big inhale and exhale. One more time, inhale. And nice audible exhale. If your eyes are closed, you can open them up. You're gonna bring your feet about a little wider than your shoulders. Your toes are gonna be facing forward. And we're gonna start first just with a fold forward. We usually do this fold forward during the middle of class, but today we're gonna start with a fold. So you're gonna put your hands on your hips, you take a nice big deep breath in, and then start to fold forward, really folding from the hip crease. And then when you can't go straight any longer with your back, then just round forward. Bend your knees and roll up one vertebrae at a time. Nice and slow, keeping your knees bent until you come all the way up. Head comes up last. And we're going to do that twice more. So you take a breath in, start to fold forward, and then exhale. Keep going all the way down. And then round at the end. Bend your knees, round all the way up, just starting from the base of the spine, and just articulate your vertebrae one at a time. Just really working that lower back. So I'm teaching you how to hinge, which is really good for your back, actually. Take a breath in. I'm going to do it sideways this time so you can see. So you start with a flat back, go nice and flat, folding from the hip crease as if you're doing a deadlift, if those of you are familiar with deadlifts. And then finish rounding all the way, feeling that nice stretch in the back of your hamstrings. Stay for an inhale. Bend your knees and start to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Really stretching out those back muscles, stretching out the spine, the upper neck, the vertebrae, and then relax your shoulders down and back. Now take your toes and turn your toes out, but still stay in this straddle position. Bend your knees and place your hands right on your knees. And drop your right shoulder down towards the floor, pushing your knees out. We'll stretch out the groin. And I'd like you to just sway kind of side to side. Keeping your knees soft, coming into that bend, dropping the hips down towards the mat. Inhale as you fold the left shoulder in towards the floor and the mat. And just slowly swaying side to side. Breathing in and out. And then inhale as you switch to the other side. We'll just go through that one more time. And just feeling that nice stretch in through the groin, the inner thighs, in front of the chest. Inhale as you switch to the other side. And these are often muscles that get kind of neglected, these groin muscles. And then come back forward. You're going to take your hands, place them on the ground, and straighten your legs. Turn your toes back center. Place your left arm in the center between and in front of your feet. And then take that right arm up and twist over to the right. And just feeling that nice twist in through the mid-back. Breathing in and out. Just making your breath a little bit more audible. Believe it or not, when you make your breath audible, it helps you recruit that calm part of your nervous system. Placing that right hand down, slowly make your way, switching hands, placing the right hand in front and in the center, and then taking that left arm up and over, twisting to the left. Just breathing in and out, feeling that nice rotation in through the lower back, mid back, upper back. One more breath in. And then exhale, start to take that left hand down. Come forward with a flat back, keeping your fingertips on the floor. And then exhale, fold forward. Just breathing in and out. One more breath in. And then exhale, together we sigh it out. Toe heel your feet together. And then turn over to the top of your mat. And then just walk up to the top. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold forward. And just pause here momentarily, placing your hands right on the back of the calves, and then keep your knees bent. And we'll just bend and straighten the calves. So you're just going to bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Just feeling the space created in the back of your legs. This is more of a dynamic stretch. Moving a little deeper each time, folding forward a little bit deeper each time. One more time. And then straighten the legs and fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back to high plank, and just pause. So we're going to stay in high plank momentarily. I'd like you to take your fingertips and make them as wide as you can. And think about pushing the floor away with your hands. What that'll do is expand the upper shoulders, and it'll prevent you from sinking like this. So you push the floor away. It's a nice strong back. Placing the knees down on the mat, and just lower yourself all the way down onto your belly. Inhale, come up to Cobra. Just lifting the chest, keeping the hands by your side, dropping the shoulders down, breathing in and out. And on the exhale, start to lower, press your body back. Your knees are still on the ground. And then sit back into child's pose. Toes together, heels apart, knees wide. And just pause here for a moment. Just breathing in and out of the nose, in and out of the mouth. Whatever you feel is comfortable, where you don't get dizzy, and you're just breathing with no real expectations. One more breath in. One more breath out. And as you start to make your way up, you're slowly coming up one vertebrae at a time, still sitting on your heels. And you're going to bring your knees together. You're going to tuck your toes under and still sit back on your heels and come all the way up. And we're going to stretch out the feet. Stretching out the feet in this position might make you feel a little uncomfortable, and that's okay. Just stay with the uncomfortable for as long as you can handle it, and then you can come out. Taking that right hand, placing the right hand down, take your left arm all the way up and over. You can tent your fingertips. And stretching out the feet is really, really great for your arches, your Achilles. If you have plantar fasciitis, it's a really good stretch for the feet. Inhale as you take your left arm down and your right arm all the way up and over. Reaching those right fingertips long and away. Breathing in and out. And then reaching those right fingertips back down, coming back just to neutral. Pausing here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Placing your hands down on the mat, untuck your toes, and just slap the tops of your feet on your mat. Just little slaps to shake it out, get the blood flow back in the feet. Keeping your tops of your feet down on the mat, we're going to go through a cycle of cat-cow, adding some rotation. So cat-cow first, just dropping your belly, lift your gaze. Inhale, and then exhale, draw the belly in, press the vertebrae up to the sky. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, lift the heart, press the mat away. And then exhale, draw the belly in, tuck the chin, press all the way up to the sky. Holding here, press your vertebrae up to the sky for little mini pulses for 10, 9, pull the belly in, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to neutral spine. Take your left hand, bring it into the center, and just like we did in that straddle position, take your right arm up and twist. And this is going to feel a little bit different. Holding here for a moment. Inhale. And then exhale, take that right arm and weave it underneath the left, dropping your right ear towards the mat and stretching out the top shoulder blades and neck. And just pausing here for a second. On your next inhale, start to bring your left hand back underneath your left shoulder and start to push the mat away to get yourself back up. And you're going to place your right hand in the center. On your next inhale, lift your left arm up to the sky. Pause here momentarily. Feel that twist. Notice if one side is a little tighter than the other. And then reach that left arm through and underneath the right, stretching that right arm out in front. And just pause, breathe. Staying here just momentarily. On your next inhale, take your right hand, press the floor away as you push yourself back up to all fours. Pausing for a second. Take a breath in, tuck your toes under, and then press your hips all the way up to downward facing dog. Pedal your feet, bending one knee and then the other. Really feeling that stretch right in the back of the legs. As you take your hips to the sky, press your armpits down closer to your thighs so you become more of an inverted V. Lifting both heels and then press them down. Lift both heels and down. 2 more. Lift both heels and down. 1 more. Lift both heels and down. Pause. Breathe. Keep that gaze between your feet. One more breath in and out. Bend your knees, walk or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Come on up. Raise the arms up overhead, look up, mini back bend, pushing the hips forward. And just be mindful that you're not arching your back, but you're actually pushing your hips forward to lean back. And then exhale, bring the hands together, come down through heart center. Stay here for a moment. Breathing in and out. Bend your knees, inhale as you sweep the arms all the way up, look up, hands touch, and then fold forward. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, step back, high plank. Move your body forward and down as you lower down to low plank, chaturanga. Sweeping it up to upward facing dog. Contract your stomach muscles, lift your hips all the way to downward facing dog. Making sure that you're contracting your stomach throughout every movement. It's all core all the time. Really pressing your hips up to the sky. Feeling your stomach engaging, pulling the belly in and up. Take your left foot, move it to the center, and then place your right foot up to the sky. Holding here. And just feeling that work on the left leg. Make sure you equally distribute the weight in your shoulders. Notice if you're pressing more of your body weight to one side than the other. Placing that right foot down. Just replace it and take the left leg up to the sky. Pausing here. Placing that left foot down, take the right leg back up to the sky. This time, bend your knee and roll your hip open. Again, equally distributing the weight through your shoulders. You may have a tendency to press in through that left side when the right leg is off the ground. Just be aware. Straighten that right leg and then replace it. Put the foot down on the mat and lift the left leg up. Straight back first, then bend the knee and roll the hip open. Just feel that nice opening in through the hip flexor. Keep your back foot flexed. Staying here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten that leg and then bring it down to the mat. Bend your knees, walk or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale as you sweep your arms up, dropping the hips down for Utkatasana, chair pose. Holding here, goalposting your arms if you have a hard time bringing your arms all the way up to the sky. And then sit back down a little lower. Holding here. On your next inhale, you're going to step that right foot all the way back, coming into crescent lunge. And then step that right foot back to chair. And then switch sides. Left leg comes back, crescent lunge. And then step it back to chair. One more time each side. Stepping it back. It's going to test your balance. That's a good thing. And then step it forward. Stay in chair. Step it back. Pause. And then step back into chair. Hold here. How long can you hold before your body's like, I've had enough? Bringing your hands down through heart center, twist over to the right, really connecting your left tricep to the right thigh. Breathing a little bit more each time you move into that next posture. Now you can stay here or open up your arms. Just reaching that right arm up to the sky, left fingertips down. If you have a block, you could put your left hand on a block or a pillow. Bringing your hands back to prayer. Come back, twist to center, and then twist right over to the other side. Staying in chair. Hope your legs are on fire. Staying here, opening up your arms. Getting those nice twists, rotations in. Aiding in your digestion, helping out, moving things through. Twisting is really good for that. And then bring your hands back to prayer. Come back center. One more hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fold it forward. Whoo, straighten those legs. Just move the legs. Bend and straighten. Shake them out. And you can just give your quads a little massage. My quads were burning, but in a good way. Placing your hands on the mat, step back, high plank. Hold high plank. Breathing in and breathing out. We're going to transition right to side plank. So you're going to start on the right side, just moving right over to that right arm. Stacking the feet, raising your left arm up to the sky. Hold here. If you want to take that left foot up, and if you have the flexibility and range of motion, you want to really lift that top leg, go for it. Just want to show you your options. Placing that left leg back on the right, transitioning right over to the left side, front plank first, and then go right over to the left. First pause, get your balance, and then taking your peace fingers, grabbing onto that big toe, or you can just stay right where you are. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing that right foot down. Take your right arm back to the sky. Transition right back to high plank. And then go through your vinyasa. Meeting me in downward facing dog. And just remember, I'm the instructor just guiding you through each of these postures and giving you all the options available to meet you where your practice wants to meet you. I will give you all the variations. Even if you want to come in child's pose, just remember that's always available to you too if you want to take a little break. Every time we meet on the mat, I will give you these options just so you can see your progression. It's really fun. Taking your left leg, bring your foot into the center, take your right leg up, and then step it up and through, coming down into warrior one, sweeping the arms up. Pausing here in warrior one. Notice if your hips are really shooting out to the left. Try to square them. And then press your hips down towards the mat. Holding here, breathing in and breathing out. Taking your hands back behind you, clasp the hands together, and we're going to fall into humble warrior. So you're going to fold yourself forward, lifting your hands up, bringing your forehead down to the inside of that right leg. And just pausing here, breathing in and out. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw. Notice if you're clenching anywhere. One more breath in and out. On your next inhale, start to make your way back up slowly so you don't get dizzy. And then reach your arms all the way up and then come into warrior two. So your front heel and your back arch should line up nicely together. Flip that front palm, reverse your warrior. Hold here, just let the back fingertips just glide down the leg. Not putting any pressure there and feeling that nice opening created in through the right side body. One breath here, inhale, and then exhale, cartwheel your arms down, step back, high plank and hold. And just pause here. I like to pause in high plank to regroup. Sliding forward, coming down into low plank, going through your vinyasa, meeting me in downward facing dog. Nice big inhale and exhales. And we'll switch it over to the other side. So take your right foot, step it in the center, take your left leg up, and then step it up and through, coming down into warrior one. All these moves, you want to really just take your time and go through it with intention. And remember, in yoga, all instructors always start with the right side, so you never know. You never be confused. It's not like we go from the left to the right to the left. We always start with the right. Placing your hands back behind you, clasp your hands together, and then fold forward to the inside of that left foot, coming into humble warrior. Just feeling all those muscles in the back of the left thigh. Can you engage the left glute and feel the muscles in the back of the left thigh, more so than the quad? And you can do that by pressing through the heel of the front foot. Breathing in and out. Let your next inhale take you back up nice and slow. And then reach your arms to the sky for warrior one first. And then open up into warrior two. Flip that front palm, reverse your warrior. Really feel that stretch. Oh, it feels so nice. One more breath in. And then exhale, cartwheel your arms down, step back, high plank. Holding here. Lower down to low plank chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to go through that sequence without the humble warrior one more time. So just transitioning from warrior one to warrior two, connecting one breath with one movement. Taking your left foot in, stretch your right foot up to the sky. Step it up and through, coming into warrior one. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, flip the front palm, reverse your warrior. And then exhale, cartwheel your arms down, go through your vinyasa. Low plank, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Right foot steps in, left leg comes up to the sky. Step it up and through warrior one, dropping that back foot down. Reach the arms up, inhale. And then exhale, warrior two. Inhale, flip the front palm. Exhale, reverse your warrior. See if you can feel the stretch a little bit deeper this time. Inhale, and then exhale, cartwheel your arms down. Step back, high plank and hold. Take your right knee and place your right knee towards the right elbow. Pause. Right leg comes back. Left knee comes in. Hold. Left leg comes back and go through your vinyasa. Meeting me in downward facing dog, however you get there. And just be okay with where your practice is every time you get on your mat with no judgment. Trust me when I say every time I get on, it's different. Some days I feel a little more flexible. Other days I'm like, ugh, my body, what has happened? And that's okay. I just do moves that make it feel good, that's all. Taking your left foot in towards the center, right leg up, and then step it all the way up. Dropping the back knee down, holding here for a second, and then come all the way up onto your right thigh. Make sure that your kneecap is not on the mat. It's more your thigh that's resting. I mean, you'll feel a little bit of the knee, but not much. And if that bothers you, you can always fold the mat over so that you don't have too much pressure there. Put a pillow down. You're just feeling that stretch in through the hip flexor on the left side. Breathing in to create some space there. Breathe in again. And on your next exhale, start to bend into that back knee and straighten the front, sitting back on the left heel. Take your left arm all the way up and over and then reach to the outside of that right foot and fold forward. Give your back hamstring a nice stretch on the right side. And what you can do is just keep your knee soft if you have a little bit more limited range of motion in through your hamstrings. Did you know we were all born with different muscle lengths? And depending on the length of your muscle where it meets the joint, you may or may not have the flexibility or range of motion. So just go wherever your body needs to go. And now inhale, straighten that back leg. Bend into the front knee, sweep the arms up. And we're going to transition right into crescent lunge. Tuck the toes under in the back and straighten that back leg coming all the way up. And hold here. Breathe here. Take the hands down through heart center and then twist over that right leg, coming into crescent lunge twist. Now you can stay here, or you can take that left hand down and then bring the right arm all the way up and twist all the way open. Feeling that nice spinal rotation. Now if you want to come into a half bind, you can wrap that right arm around and just lifting the chest to the sky. Twists always feel so good, and they really do wake up your spine. You just feel a lot more flexible. Keeping your shoulder blades down in your back pockets. Notice if you're shrugging or clenching your jaw. And if you're in that half bind, reach your arm up and then place that right hand to the outside of that right foot. Straighten the front leg and step the back foot in, just about a foot, coming in to pyramid. Just fold forward. Just breathing in and out. On your next inhale, you're going to press in through this front foot and then take the back leg off the ground, coming into standing split. Holding here. Holding here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take that left foot and just bring it down to meet the right. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Take your feet about hip distance, and then take your hands and bring them underneath your feet. And let's come into gorilla so we can stretch out the wrists. You can keep your knees bent on this. Just let your body hang forward. Let everything go. Let everything get loose. No clenching, just breathing. Feeling all the opening on the back of the thighs.
But you never want to force it. You always want to just go to the point of tension. You can want to feel that stretch because your body will open up when it's ready. It's when you force it, you feel the injuries come on. Take your hands and remove them from your feet. Bring your feet back in. One more flat back. And then fold forward. Sweep yourself all the way up. Arms come up. Look up. Hands come down through heart center and just take a moment. Just regrouping before we switch over to the other side. You can grab some water if you need it. Once you've had that little moment of pause, bend your knees, sweep the arms all the way up. Hands touch, fold forward, going through our vinyasa. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, step back, high plank. Lowering down to low plank chaturanga. Keep the elbows tight to the body. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, draw the belly in, downward facing dog. Okay, so we have to move right over to the other side, taking that left leg all the way up to the sky. Step it up and through. Dropping that back knee down. Pausing here, just get your grounding, and then sweep your arms up. Now you can either sweep your arms up or you can keep them right on your knee. Whatever feels comfortable for you. You can also goal post your arms, that's another option. Taking your hands down, start to straighten the front leg and bend into the back leg. Keep your left hand on the outside of the left leg and take your right arm and bring it all the way up and over, reaching to the outside of the left foot. And then fold forward. And then start to slowly remove that right hand. Start to bend into the right knee and then come forward. Back to a low lunge. Tuck your toes under. Lift the back knee off the ground and then come all the way up for crescent lunge. Pausing here, relax your shoulders. Turn your pinkies inward. And try to keep your biceps pushing back and in closer to your ears. Now take your hands down through heart center and twist over to the left. Finding that rotation. Now you can stay here or open up your arms. You can put your hand on the outside of the left foot or on the inside. And if you want to come into a half bind, just wrap that left arm around your back. Just lift the chest. If you take your gaze up to the ceiling, if that doesn't bother your neck. And if you're in that bind, take your arms back up. Bring your left hand down to the outside of the left foot, straighten the left leg, take the back leg, step it in, coming into pyramid, folding forward. Just reaching your forehead down towards your knee. And your next inhale, start to bend into that left knee. Push your body weight forward and take your back leg off the floor for standing split. I'm not so concerned actually with how high you can make your leg. Just keep your back toes pointing down towards the floor. And just balancing on that left leg. And one more breath in. And then exhale, placing that right foot down to meet the left. Widen your feet all the way to the outside edge of the mat and turn your toes up. Now, if you have a block, we're going to go into yogi squat. Bend your knees, and you can sit on that block if you want to modify it. I'll show you what that looks like. So I'm just going to sit on a block here. Now, the great thing about blocks is that you can adjust the height. So if it's too low here, then you can just adjust it and place it on its next height or level. This is just a really good way to open up the hips from sitting all day, keeping your back nice and flat and sitting up nice and tall, like as if you had a string on the top of your head and it's pulling you straight up to the sky. Now you can stay here, or if any of you know crow and you want to go into it, I will walk you through it. So you're going to place your armpit and your knee, and they're going to connect. And then you come forward, place your hands on the mat, and I recommend having your fingertips nice and wide. And you just push your feet into your armpits, your knees into your armpits, and your armpits into your knees. And then you start to press your body forward, and then lift your feet off the ground so that you're supporting yourself. And in that position, what you're feeling are your back of your arms and the knee and shin pressing into each other, and that's what's going to give you the most balance. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Placing your hands down, jump back, high plank. Lowering down to low plank chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg comes in, right leg comes all the way up. Step it up and through, coming into warrior 2, dropping that back foot down. Sweeping the arms up. Inhale, reverse your warrior, flip that front palm. And then exhale, come down to side angle pose, reaching your left fingertips up and away. Now you can stay here if you want to wrap your arm around and come into your half or full bind. Go for it. So I'm going to come into a half bind just by grabbing onto that left side, right side. I confuse myself too. And if you're in that bind, remove your hand, place it back up to side angle. And then let the inhale take you all the way up. I'm going to turn around and face you so we can come into straddle. So if you're in this here, turn your toes and come all the way forward, just like we did in the beginning of class. Placing your hands down by your side, or down out by the side. Take a breath in, inhale, and then exhale, fold, reaching your arms back behind you. And see if you can clasp your hands together and bring your arms up overhead. Just hold here. Now slowly, with your hands still together, just try to make your way all the way back up. All the way back. Hold here. Push your hips forward. Look up. Mini back bend. And then come back to neutral. Unclasp your hand. Shake it out. Walk your toes and feet in just a little bit, and then turn them to the top of your mat. Take your back foot, step it in a little bit. We're going to lean forward and down. If you have a block close by, we're going to come into half moon. So you're going to grab your block and you're going to put it on the outside of your left pinky toe. So you're going to lean forward and down, lifting that back leg, coming into that standing split. Grab your block, or you can put your fingertips on the ground and then open up into half moon. Reaching your right fingertips high. Your back leg is energized and flexed. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Taking that right arm down, turning the hips. Take your right foot, place it right where your left foot is. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Placing your hands on the mat, step back, high plank, going through our last vinyasa, lowering down to low plank chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Moving over to the other side, taking your left leg up to the sky, step it up and through, coming into warrior two. You may want to move your block over to the other side. Coming into warrior two, flip that front palm, reverse your warrior, and then come down all the way into side angle pose, reaching the right fingertips up and away. Now you can stay here or come into that half bind or full bind. Just reaching back, grabbing onto the flesh of the thigh on the left side and taking your gaze up. Now if you're in that half or full bind, take it out, come back into side angle pose, reaching your arm long. And then on the next inhale, come all the way up. You're going to turn your toes to the center of the mat, actually turn them out. And we're going to go right into side lunge. So I'm going to have you press into that right side. And if you can come all the way down to Skandasana, holding here. And then press into that right leg. See if you can go all the way down to the left. And even if you're just doing a side lunge without coming all the way down, that's one step in the right direction. Pressing into that left leg. Oh, come back center. Turn your toes over to the front of the back of the mat. Take your back leg, step it in. Reaching for that block. Coming into our half moon. You're going to lean forward and down, lifting that back leg off the floor. Place the block on the outside of your right pinky and then open up. Coming into half moon. Finding your balance, pulling the belly in and keeping your shoulders down. Believe it or not, if you keep your shoulders moving towards the center of your body, you're going to have more balance. Everything kind of starts with the core and that foundation. One more breath in, inhale. And then exhale, start to turn your hips square to the mat and place your left foot to meet the right. Move your block. Step back just a little bit so you're not so much on the edge. Take a breath in, flat back, inhale. And then exhale, place the hands on the mat, step back, high plank, and you can lower down any way it's comfortable for you. You can come down to your knees and just lower all the way down to your belly. Nice and slow, really working those triceps until you're all the way down on the mat. Placing your cheek to one side of the mat and just pause for a moment. Feeling the breath in and out. Also feeling all that hard work that you just did. Bend your knees in the back, and then windshield wiper your feet. And then take your feet down on the mat. Take your hands back behind you. Take your forehead to the front of the mat, and then just lift your upper body up off the mat. Reaching your fingertips long behind you. Now lift your feet. Hold here. Really working those lower back muscles for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Resting the cheek to the other side. And just pause. Taking your forehead back to the center of the mat, take your hands and place them underneath your shoulders, and then press your body up and back, coming into child's pose. And just pause here. Pressing your hips down towards your heels. And just noticing how much more space you've created in through your body. And slowly making your way. Coming up and then eventually turning over, lying on your back. You're going to grab one of your blocks, or if you have a pillow close by, grab a pillow. And you're going to lie all the way down on your back, placing the block between your knees. Just going to hold here. We're going to do some core work. First, by placing your arms all the way up to the sky, staying in this tabletop. What I want you to feel is squeezing the block between your knees. You're going to lower your heels towards the ground and your arms are going to go back behind you. Tap the floor with both arms and heels and then pull everything back up. We're going to do that 5 times. Squeeze the block, lower the heels towards the ground, lower the arms back behind you, and see if you can not grip at the hip flexors. See if you can really use your stomach muscles. And the slower you go, the harder this will be. And only go down as low as you could still maintain that abdominal contraction. 2 more. Inhale as you lower your heels, lower your arms. And then exhale, pull, 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 all the way back up. 1 more time. Inhale as you lower your heels, squeeze that block, get the inner thighs. Pause for a second, and then exhale. Holding here. Lift your shoulders up off the mat. Hold here. And we'll do similar work like the hundreds. You're going to extend your legs out straight, and you're going to pulse the arms. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We're going to go to 50. 2, 3, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Pulse the arms. 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Come on, 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knees, lift up a little higher, and then relax your head back down. Keeping that block between your knees, drop your knees over to the right, and then bring your arms out to form a T. So notice we've been doing a lot of rotation today. It's really good for your spine and all those muscles that get really tight during the week. And hopefully you're feeling a little bit more open. Slowly squeeze the block as you make your way over to the other side, twisting over to the left. Keep your arms out in a T, get that nice stretch in through your chest. Breathing in and out. And slowly bring your legs back up to tabletop. You can remove the block and place your feet on the ground. Keep your arms down by your side as you press your feet into the floor and lift up into bridge. So we're going to hold for a second, and then I'm going to have you go down and up in bridge. So you can just keep your shoulders on the floor as you go down halfway and then press down and press for 2, 3, we're going to do 15, 4, 5, squeeze the buns, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 1 more, and 15. Hold here. Breathe in and out. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax your hips down. Take one knee into your chest and then the other. And just give your back a little massage by going back and forth. Take your right leg and bring your ankle over your left thigh and come into figure 4. Reach behind the left leg and pull the left leg towards you and press the right knee away.
Just breathe into whatever tightness you feel. And then switch it over to the other side. Breathing in and out. Just feeling that really great stretch in through the outside of the hips. Feels so good. And then uncross your feet. Bring your feet down. Connect the feet together and bring the knees out wide for Supta Badakanasana. Place one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. And just reflect on your practice today. Did it feel different than last week or different than yesterday if you practiced yesterday? And I do offer additional classes. I actually teach through a site, a platform called recess.tv, and I'll do a 45-minute yoga at 7 a.m. I'll give Claire the information, and then we do a 15-minute meditation, and then on Saturdays, I do a body weight strength training, Saturday morning at 9. So you can find it on my Instagram feed, Tara Mazanek, or I can pass along the link to Claire. And all my current clients get the special $15 rate. So that is also a discount I will pass along. Just slowly breathing in and out. And then as you come into your last posture of the day, Shavasana, bringing your arms down by your side, taking your feet all the way out. Even if you only stay for a couple of minutes, this is equally as important as all the hard work you did. And while you're in Shavasana, talk to yourself as if you are talking to a friend and you're giving them a positive pep talk. Just tell yourself one awesome word that's going to carry you through the rest of the day and into the weekend. And as soon as you start to feel yourself judging, just catch yourself and just revert back to that positive word. Just breathing in and out. I'll let you know when to come out. Relaxing in Shavasana. Again, staying in Shavasana as long as you want. If you're following along, you're going to bend one knee into the chest and start to move your feet and hands around. And then bend the other knee. And just roll over onto your right side. And just making your way slowly up, keeping your eyes opened or closed. And then meeting me in a cross-legged position on your mat. Bring your hands down on your knees and just roll your shoulders back. Just pause for a second. Reflecting on that one word that you said to yourself during Shavasana. Bringing your hands in through heart center. The light in me continues to shine within the light in you. May you have an abundant day and let that carry you through the rest of the weekend. Bringing your thumbs to your third eye center. Together we bow forward and say Namaste. Great job, everybody. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'll see you again next week. Have a great weekend.